This ferryman is known as the Star Gun. It's a prize-winning gun made by Caden in the Sulfur community, the Sulfy Caden. I believe their YouTube username is a lot longer, but I'll probably pin a comment if they leave one. This gun was recently put into a contest with 16 other gun builds and won out. And then also I'm realizing, not only that, there's another big thing. I accidentally muted. I was like, this is quiet. This is like way too quiet. This doesn't feel right. Something's off. And something should be off today because I think the reason this won is because of how absurd it is. And it very much is absurd. But it also points out a very weird issue with the rocket launcher scroll and Matrix, presumably. I actually don't know. I wanted to wait to do all this testing because today I would like to try to see how far this thing can really break the game. Which I don't have my FPS counter on, though. What am I doing there? Oh, do they not have a built-in one? Okay. I thought this game had possibly a built-in FPS counter, but it does not. Okay, we'll know. We'll know. If it gets down to 1 frame, we'll know. But that's not the real goal, okay? Oh, wait, we're in dev mode. Does it have frames in dev mode? No, it doesn't. That's okay. That's all right. I could go into Steam, restart this whole video, and do all that, but I'm not going to do that. We're just going to we're going to keep it scuffed, baby. I'm sure at some point the game will crash. At least that is the goal. I've made numerous different builds with different guns, some that I think should have a greater effect than the Ferryman did. We got Ploikas, we got Breachers. Don't let me forget about this Wyatt Pulsar down here. If we forget about it, it is officially going to be your fault because... Like, easily I could forget about it. But we're not going to bring out the one that was the prize-winning one. The Star Gun, even though it had a different name. It had a different name during the event. If you go into the Google Sheets that I shared in the Discord, you could see all the guns. The name is not Star Gun there. So, maybe I'll mention it later, but not right now. I'll probably mess up and mention it. But ultimately, overclock and potshot are not necessary for breaking the game. They're great for, making the gun usable to kill stuff. But ultimately, what we want to do is break the game, right? Like, we want to see how bad that this can really get. Ooh. I did forget to make them eat some shotgun chisels here. Hold on. How did I forget that, man? There's probably a lot of stuff I forgot. I was very tired when I did this. I'm usually pretty dang tired. But for the first, so instead of using overclock and potshot, I decided to slap careless splitter and suppressive. So suppressive will give us another 3 projectiles, and careless splitter will give us another 3 projectiles. So instead of having 48, we will have 96 on this one. Oh, yeah. Okay. And I also wanted to try it without Matrix. I want to see if Matrix is the reason that they're flying forever, if it only happens in 4s. We got a lot of stuff to do. I don't know why I'm in such a tester kind of mood right now. I used to be a game tester, and I said I would never go back there, but there was something about watching the game break last Saturday that really it woke something up in me. The beast is awake, and I have to do this. I have to see for myself. So first... let's use with the Matrix oil and see if they stay in the sky. Whoa. Okay, so that thing. Okay, so things are getting a little. They're getting a little different. This is actually it's kind of dope. What the? Okay, so I think we have too many rockets. 96 might be too many rockets. So that would actually make for a really good force field if we just. This is a dope little gun actually, but it doesn't do any damage. By the way, it does -2 times 96. That's not going to do any damage. What we want to see here is, we're going to see if it'll make some stars, and then we're going to reload the level. There's a fly on me. That's annoying. So, yeah, it looks like they're not going away. And I don't believe that is how rockets normally act. I think that is the Matrix oil. I don't know for certain, because I've never done this purposefully. I've never tried to break the game, except for trying to cheese a speed run or something here and there. So this one is without Matrix. What's this going to do? Okay, so they fly way too fast, which makes me wonder if the Matrix oils would eventually leave the atmosphere. Those don't look like they're leaving, though. They look like they're just going really far away. We could do something like this. I don't think those rockets are ever going to leave. Oh, so the Matrix just makes it easier to see that. So we will resume and then follow them. Yeah, I don't think they're ever going to leave. And I think the Matrix just made it noticeable that they weren't leaving. I don't know why I was in the mood to do this. Mostly, I guess... Well, let me pause it. We can catch up a little bit. Where's the top of this thing? Where do we max out here? Is there just a... Okay, there's a ceiling. That makes sense. It can't be infinite, right? Okay, so we're just going to lodge rockets in the top of the map. And it doesn't need to be Matrix. Matrix is the reason we all woke up, figured that out a little bit. But ultimately, it's not important. We are going to fill this damn sky. I was going to do it in forest, but that would require me to, like, kill a bunch of enemies every time. So let's just do it here. Obviously, we need to wipe the slate clean. But I am working on the weapons tier list. I'm sure you're tired of hearing that. I think we'll still do Matrix. I think it looks cooler, to be honest. Sometimes style points they're pretty important, man. All right? And we have a bunch of different guns I want to try this with. So this is going to be a very... Wait, did I put the wrong one away? Yeah, I did. It's going to be a very weird experiment. I don't think the Ferryman's going to be the best at this. Okay, so immediately I have to check to make sure I'm not dying. The infinite ammo guns are going to prove to be an issue. Holy crap, this didn't take long at all. Oh my god. Well, this was a successful test, I would say. Oh no. So this wasn't hard at all. I thought it was going to require probably the Ploika or something. But that looks insane. We could always walk away. We've made a star gun. They're going to stick to the roof of the map. Oh, and it's just going to be like this. Yeah, I'm going to guess we're getting about 1 frame. Maybe in the 1 to 3 frames range. I could fire it again, but I think we're going to have better luck with a different gun. It's no offense to the Ferryman, but we have Ploikas, we've got Breachers. I think the Breacher might be really weird. And this video is not intended to remove the rocket launcher scroll from the game, but it is 100% it's 100% the rocket launcher's fault. Like, we got the Arbiter too. So the Arbiter is going to launch 2, so 96 times 3. So this might be a one and done kind of gun. Let's see. No, it's not. Surprisingly. Why does that sound so weird? It sounds like someone's smacking their gum. I mean, that's a lot. That's nice. That's a nice bloom. I almost want to try to make this gun usable. You know? Maybe the first Ferryman? That would be kind of good. Because then, like, enemies approach you and you're just like, fucking, well, that might kill me. Like, you're just like, force field. I actually kind of do want to shoot at the ground. So, I don't think this is the right gun to break the game. When I say break the game, I want to see Steam crash. My PC crashing would be the ultimate goal. Let's try shooting it at the ground. Let's just see. How am I just doing -2? Okay. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Well, -2 my ass, dude. What? That's a lot more than -2. It murdered me. Now we have an FPS counter. You guys also have my email, my name. Probably, I think my address might have been on there, my bank account information. So it's all because I decided not to edit. No, I'm seriously going to have to remember to edit that out real quick. Fuck me, man. That is rough stuff, buddy. I could just stop. I could have stopped the recording. I could have, but I didn't want to use my brain. Apparently, and I don't have Adobe After Effects or whatever, so I can't do any of that. So this one should be a little different because I've made it infinite ammo with Satiety and Mosquito, but this will read as Tetris. So if you don't know anything about the oils, I would watch the gun building video. Obviously, it doesn't have the new oils, so we may have to do that again, but Mosquito, I've mentioned it a million times. Most videos, I make something infinite ammo. It's very good right now. So it's pretty slow firing on infinite ammo. I'm surprised we're okay. How much is this shooting? 0 times 56 times 3. 0 times... Is this able to... If it's able to kill me... I wonder if just the pure... That looks awesome, by the way. This is just making art. This is just an art gun. Oh my god, it's so pretty. It's a bouquet of fun. Okay, let's spawn in a bozo here. You're pretty big. No, you're petrified or whatever. Terrified. Okay, this should rock your shit, huh? It rocked mine. Wait, but why does it say 0 damage? Is it... What would this do to Cousin? I feel like I waited way too long to just use Rocket Scroll to ruin the game. I don't know what they're going to do to fix the issues that this thing always causes. So let's... I almost want to fire a couple of preemptive shots, you know, warning shots. I don't want to be too close when that hits. Okay, so it does a little bit. It must just be the explosive damage from the Rocket Scroll. Which is yeah, okay, so if it was like a threatening enemy, it would be a little bit more terrifying. But usually when I build a gun that says 0 damage, I take that for what it is. But the explosion must be its own different damage number that we're getting there. It was funny to watch the one guy explode, so that's good. But I also don't think this is the ideal method here. I think it's honestly going to be something with the Ploika. Maybe infinite ammo Ploika, or... Oh, I didn't put shotgun on any of these. So that was, yeah, I was doing good there. Okay, well, there's the standard one. But let's do the Breacher. Actually, let's do the Wyatt Pulsar, because I don't think that one's going to be good. I wanted to cover the bases, and let's just get this out of the way. It's got the same one as the Ferryman that was breaking the game. I mean, it might honestly be pretty nasty. Let's see here. Obviously, we can't chisel this into a shotgun, so it's not going to unload too many. Oh, it's just pathetic. It's just a wiener gun, dude. 12? I'm not even going to reload the level. That's just sad. That is gross. I hate it so much. I also have disease. Okay, so we'll get weird here in a second. I wanted to... Yeah, I wanted to show that RPM doesn't affect the charge speed for the Breacher, because I found that out before anybody in the comments is like, well... You know, increase the RPM of the Breacher and see if you can get him flying fast. But go ahead, check this out. That is with the RPM oils. Right there. It makes him fly really fast, but and like leave the barrel quickly. And that's a lot. That's like 130 RPM. It's 80% from stationary. See, it's not changing the charge up speed. I just want to cover the bases before anybody's like, hey, fella, you forgot it. You didn't do good. But I thought of stuff, all right? So let's do the Breacher with the absurd amount, which is going to be 96 times 8, with all the oils that we've been using. The Suppressive, the Matrix, Careless Splitter, and Bombard. I forgot Bombard's on there, too, because that gives you an extra 2. So this should be pretty nasty, one would assume. Let's see. Ooh. I love the clicking sound when... 300 shots try to leave a gun. But I don't... Actually, this might be... I want to try a third time. It might take a moment. Oh, this could be bad. I think the sudden amount of them all at once... Oh my god, you can hear like the sound going out. Yeah, we're at 1 FPS. I really don't want to melt my computer. Obviously, I use it every day. But if this is how we decide to go out, then this is how we decide to go out, right? Oh my god, this is actually kind of nerve-wracking. This will be the 4th shot. I'm willing to go to 5. I feel like I'm a gambling man. Oh, it's dead. Oh my god, I thought... It's surprising how well it's willing to hold up. It's surprising. Honestly, that it... Okay, let's quickly start charging. Oh, my FPS counter's gone. It's gone. It actually left... It left the game. It was supposed to be up top right, I swear to you. Okay, so I might have an idea. I'll go 5. 6, I think at that point, it's just going to keep getting slower and keep holding it. Okay, we got FPS back, all right? Not bad. Okay, we're gonna launch one more off. I let go. It froze. We did it. No. Damn. Okay. SULFUR is a sturdy bitch. Okay. Wait. But if we go into dev mode, it's going to pause everything that's going on. And then we're free to move around. But I think if we just do... Keep pausing and unpausing... It's just annoying. That's all it is. It's just annoying. So let's... is that unpaused? Okay. Let's pause it. Oh my god. You know, you really get an idea of how many's up there once you, like... Once you take... Oh, shit. Oh, this wasn't the smartest play ever. Because now it's going to be hard to reset the level. I pressed it, right? Where am I? Uh-oh. We may need to just restart the game real quick. Oh, yeah. It's just kind of jumping around. Come on. I pressed it. Okay. I'm going to restart the game. This is unbearable. Unbearable. Okay. It's not wanting to stop. Give you a little play-by-play here. Oh, whoa. Dude, it sounded like sounded like, you know, when you, like, load into GTA Online and all of a sudden you hear that, like, specifically the RP. I actually think there might be some old RP videos on this channel, on the Homie Dot, from, like, no, not RP, but Chaos Mod. If you've ever wanted to watch me play Chaos Mod, they're on there. They're way, way back there. But I think the fun of Chaos Mod isn't watching it. It's being there when it's happening. Because I don't think I would, I'd rather impact it. So now we're going to get to what I think is going to make the biggest difference. I've set up 3 Ploikas: Matrix, Suppressive, Careless Splitter, and Bombard. Matrix, Suppressive, Mosquito, and Tetris. Again, that's going to give us infinite ammo. Matrix, Suppressive, Stationary, 0 fucks. So Stationary is going to give us 80 RPM. 0 fucks is going to give us 50. Stationary is also going to help with the recoil from that crazy RPM. That thing is going up to 3,450. I think it'll be either this or the infinite ammo that is really going to have the biggest effect. But I also don't know if the game is going to crash. It's holding up surprisingly well. So 96 at a time per shot with 1,500 RPM. I give us like 3 shots before that FPS counter just goes away. Okay. I feel like I'm holding the left click so hard right now. I love this sound, like, refusing to give up. Why did I care about recoil if I'm looking at the sky, by the way? That didn't make any sense. But Stationary still does give the biggest RPM help. I don't think it's going to crash. If that's what we were doing here, is trying to see if we can break the game to the point of crashing, I don't think so. If you can do math, that's a lot of bullets. Yeah, I'm not going to do math, ever. Oh my good God. Okay, I really want to go into dev mode and look at it. You just give it like a few more seconds. Let it travel just a little bit more. Oh my God. I think it's going to be like a nice big ball. Okay, we're good. Oh my Lord. Look at that. Ooh, it's so pretty. Get this shit off my screen, dude. There we go. Look at that. It's just a big round thingy. It's just a big plug. It's like a rocket plug. Yeah, you could count the bullets down there if you want. There you go. Take a moment to yourself. Yeah, that's nice, but I think with infinite... I think it's going to be infinite ammo. I think that's going to be the one to really... Oh, fuck. I pressed F3. God damn it. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. This is probably the weirdest video I've done yet. So that's nice. We've made it this far. This basically was just it been itching my brain with interest. I had to know how far we can really go. I have the most faith in infinite ammo, so we're going to try the RPM. Although the RPM numbers are kind of nuts. They're kind of insane. We are losing 2... Oh, do I not have the room for this? Okay, just get the shit out of here. I don't care. I don't know why I thought I would be doing this in forest. Maybe because I thought it would look the prettiest. Okay, so we're only doing 6 by 56. And that should be the same for this, because we're missing out on those 2. So maybe it won't be as extreme. Hi, Ralphie. Okay, same place, same testing ground. Perfect repro. Let's go. It's just a nice plume. Yeah, I can't wait to get to the infinite ammo. I feel like, sure, that increased fire rate is interesting and all. And we'll give it a second and go into dev mode and take a look. It might be even prettier art than before. It looks like an atom or something. From below, it looks great. And then from above, it's pretty good. It's all right. You know, it's all right. And nice cone shape. Okay. I'm going to press the right thing this time. We're good. I just love finding fun new things. It was the Matrix oil that made me realize, and I didn't find this by, obviously, the award-winning gun did, But the Matrix oil is what made us all realize that those rockets were stuck. They needed somewhere to go. I put these oils on, despite the reload slow from, what's it called? Satiety, so this might take a second. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, this should be the nuttiest play of them all. Let's go. Let's see this. Let's see if we can crash the game, maybe burn the computer up. Come on, baby. I don't think I've crashed Sulfur purposefully ever, so this will be really interesting. It's going to take a bit, I think. I maybe should have set up a macro, or I don't know. It's going to take a bit before the durability's gone, though. I wonder if it could reach the top. If we didn't put Matrix, it probably could have reached the top. You know, within the durability, because it shoots so many of them. And this was 56 at a time, correct? You were looking, right? Because I totally was. And I'm testing you. Oh, this is nuts. Yeah, this is nuts. I don't know. I actually think that Sulfur's going to hold up. I think that this is going to be okay. I don't know how this would work without rocket launcher. We might be able to make one without rocket. I didn't think about that. We could do another... Oh, but rocket... The reason why rocket works is because the bullet drop isn't being affected from Matrix. And we kind of need it to keep flying forever. That's why the issue is happening. Because Matrix... Or because rocket does not care about bullet drop. It just does that straight flying thing. It doesn't even get like the drag thing where it's supposed to stop when it goes far enough out. It's not happening with the rockets because rockets have not worked right since the beginning. They've been taken out of the game for issues for like a month. Like you could only find them on drops. You couldn't craft them. You couldn't craft rocket scrolls. I never found them on drops, so I'm skeptical to believe that was still the case because I could not find them. I could not find a scroll. But apparently they said that was the case. This might take longer than the taser video, and that was over an hour of me filling the air with hot air. And I don't know. I think it's honestly Sulfur's pretty sturdy. Obviously not in the frames department, but when you give the player this much freedom to launch, I don't know. You'd have to figure out that math. However many bullets this will actually launch. That's, you know, that's going to happen. What's going on there at the bottom, like where the blast is coming from, the gun? Try to leave the HUD off here. Should have done that from the beginning. We don't really need the HUD right now. We don't need the HUD where we're going. There we go. There we go. I almost want to, like... I mean, I am going to edit. I possibly could just do a fast-forward moment here. If I have to edit out all my personal information that I shouldn't have shown you, I'll just keep my finger on the button, turn off the camera here, and you'll see me soon. So you might have noticed that, like, screen tearing we're getting. I think the game is close to shitting the bed. But I don't know for certain. But, I mean, you can see it right there. It's pulling up my desktop. I don't know if it's still accepting my input. Oh, my God, we can see Steam flashing on the screen. I mean, it happened not that long. Maybe like a minute after I said I was going to fast forward it. So those of you that were like, oh, man, I wanted a Taser sequel video because I'm a little weird like that. I wanted to see Dottie pull the old Sulfur podcast back out of his butt. But if I recall, the Taser video started with me gassing up Sulfur and Perfect Random and indie gaming in general and then turned into whatever I could pull out of the top of my ass. The top of my head and my ass. I still think it would be fun to have a podcast. I just don't know. I don't know what I would do. And I I'm not a big fan of podcasts that are just one person. I don't think that exists. Does that exist? One person talking, no guests, no co-host. I mean, that would be lunacy. I'd need to find someone who would want to talk to me. And then what? Conan O'Brien's got that covered, right? Conan O'Brien needs a friend or whatever. I'm not trying to make a sequel video here. I just wanted to show you the screen doing that. I'm worried that if I go back to fast forwarding, it's gonna be cool again. It's gonna do something new. And remember, the goal is to completely break the game. Come on. I did post the first members-only video today. It was a highlights video of the gun build battle. So if you didn't watch the gun build battle, you could consider joining. I thought joining a channel removed ads for that channel. I could have sworn it used to do that. I wouldn't be shocked if that was the case, or maybe just some YouTubers were spreading that lie around and it got to my ears and many others, because I thought that's how it worked. But apparently not. Apparently you still have to watch ads, even if you're like joined on the channel or whatever. So I was like, okay, I could see why people would want to do Patreon. It felt like the Mandela effect, because like I could have sworn I've heard before that that wasn't the case. But yeah, it's kind of lame. It's like actually really lame. So yeah, I put the video up, and I figured I would do videos that aren't, you know, I don't want to give anybody FOMO. So if you just watch the VOD, you'll get the same effect, but it's more condensed. Still got a clip from every gun. And then any funny moments that happen, some deaths and stuff. Just goofball stuff. I wanted to edit a little bit, and the current Pokemon video I'm editing for the Daddy Dot it's kind of a lot. And I just wanted to break from that. It's a lot. I went a little overboard. I don't even know if I'm going to post that one, but yeah, let's go back to fast forwarding, because it's just we're just kind of sitting here. Yeah, we'll see if we can break it. I don't know, guys. I don't know. We did it. We did it. We could wait for the program. I'll give it a couple of minutes. Oh. Yeah. Okay. We're almost there. I don't know when it's going to pick up the last time we fired that register there. But it immediately stopped. Unless I let go of the trigger at some point. I don't believe I did. It could have been when it was like showing the dashboard. Or the desktop. On a fucking Xbox 360. Okay. That was close. I'm tempted to go into dev mode and see if we can see what this line of rockets really looks like. I'm going to do it. I'm going to let go of left click, because I don't know that kind of impact. Okay? I press dev mode. Okay, so we're in an endless cycle of I think it's going to rage quit. I don't think it's going to hold up. I don't think it's going to survive. I'm kind of sad. I wanted to see just a giant line of rockets, but ultimately, obviously, like, Rocket Scroll continues to have problems. I've mentioned before my biggest theory in Sulfur is that Rocket Scroll won't make it to 1.0. I just feel like it always has issues with every new oil and some guns, and it's a mess. It is a damn mess. The Matrix Scroll is a bad companion piece. I think it'll be like added to like a challenge mode or something, but we won't, or they'll have restrictions on what scrolls can go on what guns and oils and chisels. Because I mean, just look at how bad it is. Look at what it does. It's all Rocket Scroll's fault that this game is acting like this, and not the carpet muncher that Caden gave us. See, I told you to come back around. I was on my phone. I was looking at something. Because I was... like, part of me also doesn't want to just stand here. Well, I mean, it's less of a standing. More of a... Part of me doesn't want to be completely frozen here. I don't think dev mode's going to come. I don't think it's going to show up. But I really kind of want to hold out hope. Dare I fast forward once again? Do you have what it takes to wait? I don't know if I've decided whether I should put music. I could just jump. I might time jump. But then you won't be able to see for yourself. So I'll just fast forward it and maybe put in some chapters for this one. It's like I'm doing pre-production during production. Look at that. Not that I consider a YouTube video production. But when it comes to... Okay. All right. Come on. I really want to see what this bad boy looks like. I mean, I don't even know if we're, like, tabbed into the game or not. So, like, the first time I pressed F3, did it work? Oh, Lord. Wait, what's going on? Are we going to ascend? Are we going to become a rocket? These are just theories. This is why we need MatPat back. These are terrible game theories. Oh, look, there's our part. There's our, our floating arm. Second part of our arm. But yeah, I've started the gun ranking. It's just, I want to make sure I do it right, because I don't know if I'm going to do it the same way as last time, where it was off of base kit, but I got all the guns ready to go, shot them off, recorded all of that, so I'm ready to speak on them. I might go off of buildability this time. You guys should let me know, how do you want the gun ranking to be when I rank them? Do you want it on buildability, just like the basics? Like, how good is it to build? Inventory space, which would be part of base kit. See, that's the only thing I left out of the last one was buildability. But they all kind of can be S-tier guns, so I might do it again. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to be like, they can all be kitted out to be crazy, right? I don't know. I guess some are better than others. It depends on what you consider good, though, because the Breacher can be a one-shot gun, but it's not a good gun. Like, the Breacher's not a safe choice most of the time. It might be now with bullet penetration. Speaking of which, are we ever going to get an update for the penetration oil disappearing? This is like reminds me of the Thronglets. I want to see what it looks like so bad. And if we can get into dev mode, it'll freeze. Oh, wait. I think we're going into dev mode. I think that's what this is. I think we're going into dev mode. It will pause the game, and we can see exactly what this line of rockets looks like. Wait, no, it might be some sort of recoil. This could be all the way back at the beginning. Time in here is much... It's like Interstellar, where Matthew McConaughey was gone for like a week, and then his daughter like died or whatever. I don't remember the ending of that movie. I just remember like it was pretty good. It was a pretty good movie. It's a pretty good movie. Interstellar, man. Christopher Nolan. He's a solid director. Probably to a lot of people their favorite director. It's hard for me to pick a favorite director anymore. It's probably Ari Aster, Jordan Peele, or the Safdie brothers. I've mentioned them I've mentioned that a few times. Craig Zahir is up there too. He's good. Wait. You see, I think once we get into dev mode, our problems should be solved, because the game will pause. It was working like that earlier, but I don't know. I don't consider it fully game breaking until... I mean, we've lost player input. So when I was a game tester, I guess this is a good time for me to explain that backstory, because maybe not everybody knows that, but I was a game tester for about 3 years. I worked at a company that took their contracts from Microsoft, Amazon. I think when I left, they were starting to do Nintendo. But I exclusively was doing Microsoft games, and I game tested Crackdown 3, Gears of War 5, which was they retitled to Gears 5. Got to make it hip, got to make it sellable, marketable, and then also Halo Infinite. Those were the 3 that I worked on for like long stretches, that I was a part of the team, that I was credited. But I also worked on like Master Chief Collection, Forza Horizon 4 and 5. Like I stuck my hand in a couple of jars when I was over there, but some of that was they just didn't have anything for me to do at the moment, so I helped out here and there. But it was fun, and it was a good experience. But ultimately, I wouldn't want to go back. That's why I am a little confused on why I was so adamant on breaking this thing. I don't know. It was almost nostalgic. There was some pride to be had when you found a crazy bug at the beginning of the day, and if it took 8 hours or 2 days, 3 days to find the repro. Obviously, after like an hour, if it's a crazy enough bug, usually it wouldn't even be an hour. If your team was tight, you'd immediately tell someone, your homies, hey, I found this crazy bug. Can you guys try it and see if it does the same thing for you? Especially for me, because I was always on the multiplayer teams. Yeah, I don't know. But what I was going to get at was a severity level 5 bug would be loss of player input or the game crashing or anything crashing. And I would consider this this is a high severity bug. This would need to be fixed immediately. But I feel like the rocket launcher scroll is so weird that the only way to fix it is to get rid of it. I just so desperately want to see what those little pepper flakes look like if I could move again. I need it so bad. I don't think it's going to work. If you were to count those bullets up there, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a whole heck of a lot. Wait, okay, we saw a big... oh, it crashed. We did it. That time I didn't get a choice in the matter. We did it. We broke sulfur. All it took was the obvious choice. Can you believe the obvious choice was all it took? I had to make sure I was still recording. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I've crashed. I've crashed with sulfur plenty of times. But the rocket launcher, I mean, that was bad. That was like... it's a stupid idea. You know, I guess they could put a big warning label, don't attach too many things to the rocket launcher scroll, but it just I don't think there's anything else in the game that makes it go that poorly. It's just a wild, shitty thing. I mean, they could fix it so that they don't just keep flying forever, but then you might lose some of that. Oh, okay, we almost ran out of durability. So that was long enough on the Ploika, which shoots so fast, the durability is easy to like burn through. But yeah, I guess if we were to like take a gun, we could take another Ploika and let's try the one last thing before we celebrate our victory of crashing the game in the stupidest way. You know, I don't know. Sometimes it's nice to take a trip down nostalgia lane. If you joined me for it, I do appreciate that. It was fun. It was fun having you. We'll even go to the extremes and we'll bring in the most. We'll just take something. I don't need to do all that, right? Matrix, bombard. Now we just need one more that's going to give us an additional 1 to 2 bullets, or 2 to 3 actually. So boomstick is probably going to be our best bet. It's got 200, or elephant, which is going to be the least annoying. I think elephant drops the durability. No. Bigger bullets on elephant. I think we'll do elephant here. And where is it? Now, the durability from Careless Splitter might fuck us up, though. That's the only thing. We might not be able to get a whole lot of shots out. We could have to run it back and throw on some durability, but this is going to give us the most projectiles that would be possible to be seen coming from this thing. Not the most of the game, because obviously the Arbiter has 3 barrels that you shoot all at once. But this has more durability, better RPM. I like this better. I like this more better. Now, we're not doing infinite ammo, though. That's the only difference. I just want to see how many rockets we can throw out at once. Or these aren't rockets. No rockets. Just 112 bullets. Let's see. Oh, my God. Why was that scary? It was like a blanket of hell. So obviously, without the rockets, they won't fly upwards. But let's try to drop them off the cliff here. I mean, that is dope, though. Oh, it looks like a hat. That's cool. It's like slicing through. I mean, obviously, we're not doing any damage. But I want to see what it would do to an enemy. And I think it'll be easy enough to make that happen. Okay, let's repair it real quick, because I'm sure that took something away. So we're gonna shoot up. That sounds wild to say. We're gonna just, and then as soon as we're out of the clip, all right, that's what it looks like apparently. And then we're gonna bring in this guy, and we're gonna just drop him right here. Boom, that's perfect. Okay, and then we're just gonna resume. He's fine. He doesn't care. This doesn't bother him. Okay. It's the 0 damage. Now, if we had explosive or something, sure. Now, I'm kind of curious. What the? My bad, buddy. My bad, buddy. I'm kind of curious what this would do with infinite ammo. All right? I'm a little curious. We'll be able to get an additional couple of bullets in there, too, so this should be good. Let's grab... How much durability did that thing have? With that careless splitter. 750? I think we're going to bail on the careless splitter. We'll still get plenty of value, right? So we'll do satiety, mosquito, matrix, suppressive, and probably elephant oil. I'm just going to grab that from there. That way we're not taking too much of a hit to the durability. If any at all. No, we won't be taking any. So we should be able to shoot this for quite some time. This could be nasty. I can't decide if I want to do it right above us or to the side. It's probably... I mean, I don't think it'll crash the game. Because it didn't crash the game with the rockets until we went overboard. And I don't think this is a peak overboardness here. I think that this is totally doable. The game should hold up just fine. We might not even lose... full damage. Oh, yeah, we did. I was going to say, we might not even lose full damage. Now, if you were using, like, dog tags or something, you might be all right. But, obviously, there's no SMG dog tags because we can't have everything, you know. We have to only like assault rifles when it comes to automatic weaponry. Okay. Let's see. Let's go over here. I don't know. That's just... I don't want to drill into that guy's body. That seems kind of messed up. All right. Without the extra... So, they are dropping down onto us. And it's just a sea of white. I got really laid back in my chair here. Sorry about that. Now they're hitting the ground there. That's kind of cool. That's like an art project. What does this look like? Just the big plume. Just the big plume. Just a big plume. I am kind of curious on what song my son is playing back there. I can hear him... He's got a rendition of something going on. Oh my god, look at all those holes. Okay, let's try shooting it off the ledge. Alright, let's... Oh, that recoil's making it brutal. It's a little brutal. Let's make a... We can maybe make art. We did something like that, and then we immediately go into dev mode. We're spreading it out quite a bit. Ooh. That's kind of cool. It kind of looks like a car going real fast. Let's, I don't know what I'm talking about. I meant to hit resume. Oops. Yeah, it's a mess. I mean, it's a mess, granted, but... So, I don't know. Part of me thinks roguelikes and roguelites are supposed to break your game, though. I think that is some of the charm. So, I never saw this as a bad thing. I'm coming with you. That would have been cool if we would have accidentally made, like, a platform. We need, like, a goo scroll, right? The one that'll, like, drop a platform... for you to jump, because the game already has platforming. That would be really nice. That'd be funny if there already was one and I was stupid enough not to know it. You might be... I don't know. No, probably not. I don't think you could just trick the geometry like that, but... Get out of here, man! Just leave already. I want my frames back. There we go. They're coming back. Slowly. There they are. We're back to normal. That's not too bad. Looks like somebody dropped their ashtray. That's all it is. That's all it is. Well, I don't know. I wanted to do a little experimenting. If this wasn't something that was interesting to you and you think I should never do it again, always feel free to let me know. I'm open to any criticisms. If you had fun experimenting with what is arguably the most dangerous and silly enchantment in the game, which is the rocket launcher scroll. But as we saw, just any number of too many projectiles, any game would have a hard time keeping up with. So I don't blame them for that. I feel like I can smell ashtrays after seeing that down there. But I'm going to have to go edit this right now because it's going to take a while to render down. Because there's quite a bit here, and I don't want to make you sit there in silence. I would never do that. All right? I'm very good at not being silent. It's my one true skill.